Alright guys, this video is all about environmental changes and how to improve your health and your mindset without even thinking. We just want to set up your environment to be conducive to your goals and to be conducive to you becoming the person that you need to become to achieve what you want to achieve. That's the theme of all these videos, and that's what I want to help you get to. So let's start. Environmental changes. For example, I'll give you a few examples just to convey my point. If I open up my fridge, if I see lots of unhealthy foods, I'm gonna eat it. If there are a big stack of cookies right here, I guarantee you I'm gonna eat it. Maybe I'll have willpower for a day, maybe 2 days, but eventually I'm gonna eat those cookies. Let's set up your environment nutrition-wise to be conducive to your goals. I want a fridge full of healthy vegetables. I want a nice like magic bullet or some kind of blender for your healthy shakes. Whatever your diet is, everybody has a different diet, but make it conducive to your goals. Make it easy for you to stick to. Always be well stocked with readily available foods that you enjoy and that are healthy for you and that actually helps you stick to your goals so you don't get so sidetracked. The hardest way to stick to a diet is by having all kinds of choices that aren't conducive to your goals readily available. Eventually, because willpower and motivation fades, eventually you will not stick to your goals and you will eat whatever's around you. So make the foods around you something that's able to push you forward and make you healthy and make you feel good. It's the same with working out. Let's make it easy. Maybe you want to go to the gym after work. That's the best time to go. So pack your gym bag and leave it in your car. Hopefully it's not too smelly, but leave it in your car. And then after work, you can go straight to the gym. You don't have to worry about coming home when there's all kinds of unforeseen circumstances that always come up when you come home, and then you might not be able to make it to the gym. So remove that barrier, just put the gym bag in your car, or like I said in the previous video, set out your workout clothes the night before, so then when you wake up, just jump into your workout clothes and go for a run. I actually have a client who sleeps who sleeps with her sneakers on, her Nikes on, her Nike trainers to go for a run. I mean, that's a little bit extreme, but do what you gotta do. Make your environment work for you rather than against you. I mean, there's actually been a study done that if you have a green plate, for your dinner, you're going to subconsciously put more vegetables and more greens on your plate because it blends in. That's an environmental change. If you have a white plate or some sort of blue plate, you're not going to put as many vegetables on because they're more noticeable. But if you have a green plate, then you're going to put a lot more vegetables on that plate because it blends in. You just subconsciously do it. That's an environmental change. That's just an example of how small little tweaks to your environment can actually have big results and big gains. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple, but you just have to do it. So that's the health and fitness kind of end of things. Now let's talk the mindset end of things. Who are the 5 people you're hanging out with the most? Think about this. This is a hard question and a hard thing to think about because what I'm about to say might ruffle some feathers. You might need to spend less time with some of those people if they aren't pushing you forward and they're holding you back. Now, I'm not saying spend less time with your mom, spend less time with your sister, like whatever it may be. But what I am saying is you are the sum of the 5 people you most hang out with. That's a major environmental circumstance. You might need to tweak it slightly in order to be a little bit more conducive to your goals. Now, this is a hard thing to think about because it might be someone very close to you who's not exactly pushing you forward and might be holding you back and not feeling optimal and good and well on a daily basis. So there are kind of 2 ways to go about this. I'm not a therapist. I'm not trying to get into that realm of things, but either spend less time with that person or have the conversation, say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I would really appreciate it if you'd be supportive in my journey instead of holding me back or instead of doing this. Those are kind of 2 ways to go about it, and those are hard conversations to have. I had to have them too. There are some friends that I have that I've spent a lot less time with and gradually almost stopped hanging out with just because they were into completely things that were opposite of what my goals were. And if I was to get into that more often, I would become that and not what I wanted to become. If I were to spend all my time with those types of friends, eventually I'll become that. I would develop those habits. I'm in that environment. It'll get ingrained in my mind. That's how my mindset's going to start developing. And eventually that's the path I'm going to go. But the path I wanted to go was completely different, so I had to start spending a little bit less time with those people. And is that hard? Yeah, it is hard. But it's probably the biggest environmental change that will have the most results, is changing the 5 people you hang out with most, you surround yourself with most, because you become the sum of those 5 people. I'm sure you've heard that from all the successful people, because I have. That's why this is in this video. So think about that, guys. It will be in the document below as well, so you'll have more time to think about it, but I just wanted to mention it in this video. Another environmental change, which really helped me, is podcasts. Having podcasts on your phone. Whenever I'm going for a run, a paddle, just a walk the dog, whatever it may be, I always try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, just like I said in the cardio video, and listen to podcasts from my phone. Personal development podcasts, inspirational podcasts, health and wellness podcasts, diet, nutrition, things like that. I always try to better my intellect as I'm bettering my body. So just having it readily available on my phone, and it's honestly, if you have an iPhone, you know what I'm talking about. You have the home page of the four apps that you use most. My podcast section is in there because I want it to be conducive to my environment. I want it to be the first thing that I see when I open up my phone, so I'll click on it. Audiobooks as well, same thing. Have books laying around your house, so if you're ever bored or if you ever have some time to kill, you see the book, you'll read it. Make things conducive to who you want to become. Shift your environment, tweak your environment slightly in order to achieve what you want to achieve and become what you want to become. All right, guys, below, please fill out this document as well. Take your time. It's just as important as the habits. Habitual and environmental changes are ultimately what's going to make you become who you want to become and achieve what you want to achieve. So please focus on this as well, and I'll see you in the next video.